What's up, guys? Digmbot here. As you can see in the background, we're playing some Elite. Not actually what I wanted to talk about today, however. So, I've been getting a fair amount of questions in my inbox, and I figured I would take the time and answer some of them. So, we're just going to be dogfighting and earning some money. So, let's start off with the first one, because it actually pertains to this game. And that is, you love Elite, why don't you play more Star Citizen? The simple answer on that one is I don't like Star Citizen. If you go check out my video on it, you'll see that I spent some time with it. I've spent a lot more time with it outside that video, obviously, and I just don't care for the flight model in Star Citizen. I don't know. I like Elite's world. I feel like Elite is a more immersive game. Granted, we haven't seen a lot of the story stuff come into Star Citizen yet, so that is, of course, subject to change, but as it stands right now, not a fan of Star Citizen. So, I don't know, there's a lot of controversy around that game right now too, so we'll just have to see how the Star Citizen deal pans out, but not really a huge fan right now. Just didn't click with me. I feel more like a flying space turret than an actual ship. So, let's see. Next question. Are you going to play Rocket League? No. I look at Rocket League and I love that people are having fun with it, but as for me and the games that I prefer to play, Rocket League just not really in my style. I don't really play any sports games. Yeah, I know Rocket League is with cars and stuff, but you know, it's basically soccer with cars, and it doesn't appeal to me. Just not a fan. I watch people bounce around in it and jump with cars and do rocket boosts with cars, and yeah, I mean, it can be entertaining to watch for a few minutes, but the very core idea of Rocket League is not one that appeals to me, and that's kind of a problem when it comes to playing a game. If the core idea, the basic core gameplay mechanic wrapped up in the game, if that doesn't hook me at all, then probably not going to be a fan. Like, there are some games where the core gameplay hook on paper didn't really strike me. I think Jotun was one of those. Like, I looked at it and I was like, well, you know, this might be neat, but I don't know. Like, it seems kind of basic. And then I played it and absolutely loved it. I think that's a good example, at least of a recent game. Whoa. Further back in the past, like, I really didn't want to get into RPGs the first time I ever saw a Final Fantasy game, and then I started playing Final Fantasy VI. I just absolutely loved it. So, you know, obviously things are subject to change, gaming tastes change, but really just the core hook of Rocket League is not something that appeals to me, not something that I feel like I'd want to play or invest any significant amount of time in. So, and on top of that, I don't really have anybody to play it with, and it's a team game. Like, a lot of the people that you see me game with a lot, like Lone Samurai, Yellow Ranger, Scarlet Dragon, Zero Cross, and Eagle Kit Wolf, like, none of them really have any interest in Rocket League. So, I don't think that's going to happen. Let's see. Are you looking forward to Guild Wars 2 Heart of the Storm? I'm going to assume that means Heart of Thorns, and yes and no. I have paid for the expansion. I'm looking forward to seeing the new stuff that my Mesmer can do with the masteries. I'm looking forward to seeing the new area, but I've heard some mixed reviews from people that have seen it in person, such as Lone Samurai and my Pink Bunny. Samurai, completely not impressed. Bunny absolutely loves it. And then there's the whole matter of it going free to play and some of the stuff that I disagree with that they're doing. I think that some of the systems could be handled better for the free-to-play players, and that's coming from somebody who's played WildStar and really likes the WildStar free-to-play model, where basically you can get access to everything, and then if you want to pay money, you get some extra goodies on top of it, but not power. Whereas Guild Wars is really, that's really gating free-to-play players away from content, and I don't feel like that's ever the direction you want to go with a game. I don't feel like you want to gate players out of things, because in the end, you might get some money, but you're also going to alienate them somewhat, because there's going to be a little bitterness, possibly, over having to shell out that money to get access to that content. And while some people may say, well, yeah, but I mean, you know, it's extra content. Yes, but it's just as easy to turn around and point to other free-to-play MMOs and say, well, in this game you can get everything for free. So I think it remains to be seen how Heart of Thorns will actually come out. But I am cautiously optimistic and looking forward to jumping back into Guild Wars, because right now I don't play Guild Wars because all there is for me to do is world bosses. That does get a little old after a while. Like, there's only so many times I can go kill the Shatterer. So it just, I haven't had a reason to play it because there's just nothing I want to do in it right now. Will you ever play another MOBA besides Smite? If it's a top-down MOBA, no. I don't like top-down MOBAs. I'm an old-school RTS player. When I play a top-down MOBA like Strife or Heroes of the Storm or League or Dota or Heroes of New Earth, I find myself wondering where my base is and why I can't control an army, and I just cannot get into the concept of top-down MOBAs. I don't feel like I have enough direct control of my character. It's just not a version of the genre that I enjoy. That's one of the reasons I love Smite, because Smite is very much a third-person, action-oriented MOBA, and everything is a skill shot. And yes, I get that there are plenty of things in Dota, LoL, that are skill shots, but not your auto attacks. There's a reason they're called autos. In Smite, if you want to hit your basic attacks, you've got to actually aim them and you've got to actually hit them, and I enjoy that aspect of Smite. I enjoy the gods. I connect with the gods because they're things from popular mythology that I'm familiar with, whereas the champions in Dota and LoL are just kind of made up, and I don't really like some of their art design or personalities or whatever. Just there's a whole host of reasons I don't care for the top-down MOBA genre, particularly the two that are really big. Now, if somebody were to come out with another third-person MOBA, I'd absolutely give it a try because I really enjoy the competitive aspect of the MOBA. And I really enjoy the third-person nature of it. So yeah, I would absolutely give another third-person MOBA a try. I think that would be a hell of a lot of fun. I'm also getting lit the hell up in game right now. Damn. But as far as trying another top-down MOBA, it's not going to happen. I get asked all the time, and I'm just not interested, basically, is the bottom line. Let's see. Let's go through a couple of the silly ones. Boxers or briefs? Boxers, absolutely. Chocolate shake or vanilla shake? Vanilla. Don't like chocolate that much. And as we cruise on back to station, I think we'll take a look at the last one because this is kind of a interesting slash silly slash I can't believe people are asking it already question. What's your game of the year? Come on, guys. It's not even October. So, what's my game of the year? I don't know. We still have Fallout 4 coming out. We have a bunch of stuff coming out at the end of the year. Obviously, there's the new count. I can guarantee you that won't be on my list, but still, there's plenty more games coming out. Do I have games in contention? Absolutely. Witcher 3. Witcher 3 was absolutely amazing. Grand Theft Auto 5 PC, fantastic game, really solid port from Rockstar, had a lot of fun with it. Didn't do a lot of video coverage on it just because it's so time consuming and so hard to do coverage of a game like that and have it be unique and different. And I feel like a lot of other people have done it on console, so I didn't really do a ton with it. And people are going to say, well, what about the mod scene? You know, mods. One, there was the problem that we got accounts banned for mods and locked out of modding for a while, and managing mods from GTA 5 is not the easiest thing in the world, and just, to be honest with you, I just didn't feel like fussing with it, so, and then Metal Gear Solid 5. Metal Gear Solid 5 is a fantastic game. I have a few quibbles with it here and there, but that's going to be coming in the digitally deconstructed for the game, because I felt like that was a game that needed a good solid 30-40 hours playtime put into it before I could give anything resembling an honest review on the game, so that's coming. But yeah, game of the year, right now, my contenders are Witcher 3, GTA 5 PC, and Metal Gear Solid 5. Probably Witcher 3 and Metal Gear Solid 5 being right next to each other. They're so different, but they're both open world, and they're so great. And then, of course, we have Fallout 4 coming, and we have no idea how Fallout 4 is going to be. It could be great, it could be a disaster, we just don't know. But one thing I do know is that Bethesda will definitely make it interesting, and I'm not in any way, shape, or form willing to pass judgment on a game of the year before I have a chance to get my hands on Fallout 4 and put a good 50 hours into the game. So that's just going to be one of those where we'll have to wait and see. But there's going to be your top 3 contenders, unless Fallout 4 just happens to be absolutely terrible, which I highly doubt it will be. There's almost no way they're going to screw it up that badly. Could they make some mistakes and mess some stuff up? Yeah, I'm pretty sure they could, but probably not going to happen. So I would put Elite on there, but I mean, Elite's been out. Now, the Elite Horizons pack, I could conceivably consider that a game in its own right, because it's going to add planetary landings, and as we have heard in the last newsletter, and we'll find out more at EGX next week at the time of this video's recording, that being September 21st, we're going to have landings and crafting and lootables and just lots and lots of stuff coming down the pipe from that particular expansion. So if I wanted to go out on a limb and consider that a game in its own right, I suppose I could, but probably best not to do that. And of course, I'm leaving another one out that's PC exclusive right now, which is Ark. Anybody that watches the streams or has watched the VODs here on the YouTube channel knows that myself, Birdie, Mike Matrix, and others, we have put tons and tons and tons of time into Ark. The game is fantastic. It looks great. It runs great now that Windows 10 is out and they finally got support for DirectX 12. So, I don't know. It's been a good year for games. Game of the year is going to be a tough call. And then, of course, Nintendo. Nintendo's bringing us Xenoblade Chronicles X is the subtitle. Anyways, that's coming out on the Wii U, and I know some people are going to be like, well, there's a Wii U title in contention. When you're talking about an RPG that massive, that looks that good already, absolutely. We're talking about an entire open world that you can run around in. You have a mech that you can get that transforms into a fighting robot, into a car, into a plane. It's got tons and tons to do. It looks visually stunning. The monsters in it, not even the boss monsters, just the regular monsters are huge. Like, you're fighting like a freaking brontosaurus. So I think that one's going to have to be up there. Just have to get my hands on it and see, and I'm planning on getting an Elgato so I can actually stream that, or at least record some videos. Probably streaming, because Nintendo kind of sucks about YouTube videos, but we'll just have to wait and see. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting choice. I don't know. You guys are just going to have to wait till December, end of December, and find out, because honestly, I'm not going to be able to tell you anything until then. So sorry, but that's just the way it is. So let's get settled in here. I want to thank everybody that has been asking me these random ass questions in my YouTube inbox. It's just, some of them have been really off the wall, and I've chosen obviously not to answer some, but those are the ones that stuck out randomly when I was just searching through. So I may do one of these later. One of these days I may even do an AMA, but don't count on that, because I don't want to deal with some of the crap that comes from that. Anyways, guys, my name's Digmbot. Thanks for watching. Like what you saw? Click subscribe so you don't miss anything, or click on one of these other videos.